Alhamdulillah, the topic of the lecture today was contemporary issues regarding polygyny. Let me say polygyny as per the discussion. It was polygamy, and I say I prefer to use the word polygyny. So this is a topic that normally bothers so many women. And just as I said in my lectures, that I am a woman, others are women too. Some women don't want to see or share their husbands with someone else.
This topic, or getting a second wife, that is the area I want us women to first look at it. We know there are lapses on the side of men, but one thing we should just first console ourselves about is that we should make what this thing is Allah that said it. It started with married 2, 3, 4. But how our men, most men, go about it is most of the problem. It's the problem that we women have. Some men don't do just as it has been said, because it is clearly spelled out. If you can do justice. If you cannot do justice, don't go into it. So that area is the area that men, our men, need to address. My question now is that a man wanted to marry a girl, and he now told his wife, I want to take a second wife. And he now told the wife, this is the person I want to bring. Taking a second wife is one problem. The second problem now is the person you want to bring. This person you want to bring happens to be somebody that is well known to the wife on one hand and well known to the family, especially the family of the husband. And everybody, both the wife now crying out to the family. That is our husband family, because she knows they know the lady very well. This is the person my husband wants to bring. Everybody was saying, no. This lady is not good. She's wayward. She's this. She has been moving from one husband's house to another. She has married up to like 4 or 5 men that everybody know. She's not the kind of woman you should bring in. But the husband said probably they have gone far. Yes. So in that wise, Hajia, our lecturer, I just want you to just explain something to us about that. Thank you very much.
There's still a comment here that we should take. Your hand was up, special guest. Please, let's have your comment on this matter.
Lecturer, you actually have done justice to the topic, and as the reactions that you have seen, it has been there before we came to be, and it will continue to be, because that is the nature of a woman. But there is one fundamental thing that we must hold on to. We have come to this world without our consent. God never, consulted us to ask whether you want to be, or how you want to be, or when you want to be, or where you want to be. We just found ourselves in this world. And what is fundamental is that we are created for a purpose. And that singular purpose is to worship God. If we are to worship God in all ramifications, whether you are married, whether you are learned, whether you are rich, whatever God has endowed you with, just take it as a means of worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But like we have said, it is extremely difficult. But with what you have said, and reminding us of why we are here, why we are in this world. We have come with nothing, we will go with nothing. Not even the husband that we want to die over will you go with. Neither will you go with your children. All are ornaments that we come to the world to meet, find, and we will leave them here and go. So it will be between us and our God. So if the ultimate for which we have been on earth is to find the face of Allah and then to enter that Jannah is a permanent home. This one that we are doing here is on transit. And anything with a beginning has an end. Nothing is permanent. Not even the life we have come to live in. And whatever we have acquired there are to be left behind. So you don't even know what is happening once your time is up. So we should just live and have this at the back of our mind at all times, that whatever we find ourselves doing, whatever position, whatever situation, whatever circumstance, we are here to worship God, and we should find a means of worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through that situation, through that condition, through that circumstances. The women, we are in fact very strong-hearted. And just as we have said, it takes just patience. It is the most difficult thing to have, but it is the best of gifts. So we can seek it, we can beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us that patience, to stomach, to tolerate, to condone, to accommodate, and at the end, success will be ours. For the men, what they do most of the time can be very, very provocative, can be very, very annoying, can be very, 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 I don't know what else to qualify it. What they do most of the time, they will tell you that it is sunnah to marry additional wife. But they never thought of that sunnah that Allah imposes on them to be fair, to love us, to take care of us, to do everything. In fact, to bath us, to cook for us, to wash for us. This one. And then they should practice other sunnahs and leave this one alone. If you do that anyway, we will be punishing ourselves, because, as you said, we have our sisters, we have our daughters, we have our siblings that are there. So if everybody must be married to one man, who will marry the other woman? So they will become nuisance in the society, and it will bring shame and tarnish the image of womanhood. So for this reason, my beloved women, let us tolerate and let us worship Allah through them. And God has even said that our Jannah is by their foot. So let us just humble ourselves and submit ourselves and do what Allah has ordained and accept it as our own faith.
By the Almighty Allah, I wish that both the men and the women respect it. And the way to respect it has become a moral issue. Your husband saw you and liked you and married you. Because he was ordained in Islam, the man will see another woman, liked her, and also wished to marry her, and even marry her without your consent. And it comes to the matter of empowerment for women. As the world is as of today, if you are really empowered as a woman, you will not carry a lot of moral burden on polygamy, because it's very explicit in the Quran that as Muslims, especially as polygamy is concerned, that it will almost be like a cow passing through the eye of a needle to achieve al-Jannah. So I like us to look at it in many perspectives, besides that the Quran was very explicit in it. Polygamy now, the way it is practiced, most of the time, the man packs his load and go and live with another woman outside. You will agree with me that even the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam married many wives. He catered for all of them, even the rich ones. He catered for them, and they catered for him too. It was like a symbiotic relationship. But what the Quran actually says is that the men should do everything for the woman. Everything for the woman, except that the woman voluntarily contributes. Because if a woman spends money from the man should be worried, where is she getting the money from? Even if she's working, it's her sweat. The Quran doesn't say that you should take the money away from her. But you can persuade her, what we call moral suasion, to make sure that she contributes to the family. And then the polygamy is also now practiced in such a way that there is no birth control in Islam. And every attempt to make sure that there is birth control in Islam has almost failed. Because when you go up north, from Jere, Zuba, and see street children, those street children are not given birth to by Christians. They are given birth to by Muslims. Especially those who read the Quran, who understand the Quran, who did Wolima. And then you ask yourself, if Allah says you should marry more than one wife, are you able to cater for the offspring of the marriage? Are you able to educate them? Are you able to accommodate them in a home? Are you able to feed them well? Are you able to clothe them? The almajirinji that we have in the north today is as a result of polygamy. And an almajiri of this year, what will happen to that almajiri in 15, 20 years' time? Bandits are ravaging. So can the men honestly call themselves to order and say, please, even though it's like this in the Quran, we are abusing it. Can we stop abusing it? Can it become a moral burden on us to try and do what they call go slow on the matter and see whether we can eliminate street children from our streets? My father married two, and one was given because he stopped at two. When additional one was given, he embraced it. But he never cheated on any of the women and any of the children. What he has must go round. And if he will not go round, he doesn't give. He keeps it until he is able to go round. Whether it's in the clothes that we wear, whether it's in the food that we eat, or every other thing that balances polygamy. So I urge every woman or every girl child to look forward to going into polygamy. Because there's a blessing in polygamy, and it was ordained by Allah, whether the men practice it or not. If you find yourself in it as a Muslim woman, try as much as possible to practice it the way Allah wants it to be practiced. So that you too does not join in the sin of the men. Please. Thank you.
A lot has been said. Thank you very much, Hajia Fatima, for that very succinct presentation on polygamy. I have a contribution. It's on, how women can show up better in polygamy. And we can do this before, it even happens to us. Like one of my sisters said, she said we should even look forward to it. And we should prepare ourselves for it. One of the ways we can do this is, we need to understand our rights and our responsibilities. And I want to encourage our brothers to seek knowledge of polygyny before venturing into it, so that they know their responsibilities and they also know their rights. The first one I would like to highlight is in the area of finance. Sometimes why it's so difficult for women to accept religion is because they feel that they've invested so much financially and physically in their marriage, and they feel threatened that the incoming wife is coming to take their investment away from them. And I want to encourage our sisters to understand this. When we get married, see it as an investment. And if you must do any financial transaction with your husband, be it building a house with them or whatever, let it be a different transaction from the marriage contract. Put it down as a contract, because believers are encouraged to put down their contracts. You should have witnesses, so that you will not feel as if somebody is coming to take your sweat. You know that, yes, your interest has been protected. And whatever you invest, if you invest it in the pleasure of Allah, know that it is already in your Jannah account. It's there for you. Don't spoil your good works with reminders. If you have invested it for the sake of Allah, except you're doing it so that you don't marry another woman, then you know that you've done 0-0. If you have done it for the sake of Allah, then know that your reward is with Allah, then let it go. And if you know that you're not going to do it and let it go, put it in a separate contract from the marriage contract so that it doesn't become a problem. And we know that, the heart is fragile. If you need help, reach out and seek for help, be it from your friends, be it professionally, so that you can, transit from monogamy to polygamy. And you read books on how you can help yourself. You share your concerns with your husband so that he can support you through this process. It's not easy, but it's doable. We've seen people do it. So we know that this is doable. Our mothers did it, and we can learn from them. She gave us a lot of examples from the life of Rasulullah and how this was done. So it's very important for us to know this. A lot of people have said a lot of things, and it resonates. Alhamdulillah. I also want to add that we should practice polygyny responsibly, especially the men. If you want a wife that is going to take care of the children, have an agreement with her, because it's not a good portrayal of Islam to see children on the streets who are Muslims. It tells a lot about us as a woman. So it's very important that we do this responsibly, and for the men who actually do this, we need to talk to ourselves. The men need to talk to the men. We, the women, are talking to ourselves. We have, groups where we talk to ourselves. Practice to, all the old narrative. Let it go away, and let's build on what we can do now positively, rather than the negative narrative we had. Some of the negative narrative we had, but we still have some positives. Thank you very much.
The lady sent me a message saying that the husband married another wife and all his money is going to the new wife now. He's asking, what should she do?
I will still repeat, I'm a woman. I have husband. I know exactly what I'm saying, but I'm being empathetic, just as I mentioned. If you don't do it in the house, men are naturally, polygamous. Whether we like it or not, we have to accept it, because we are trying as much as possible to take our husband's eyes from doing something that is not pleasing to Allah, bringing them to what Allah wants. And in the ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا, that the men will have tranquility from their wives. So we have to accept that. We have to contemplate that. Why did Allah say the men will have tranquility from their wives, not wives from their men? Because we have to look into that. If we can buy good clothes, expensive shoes, jewelry, this and that, to please ourselves, because I'm saying please ourselves, how many of us have a good clothes, new clothes, wear? The first day the tailor brought it to us, we wear and pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and say, oh Allah, thank you for clothing us. There are so many naked people roaming the streets. It's a blessing for you to wear clothes, even have the money to buy the clothes and then wear it. So anything that will help, and solidify your marriage, keep you firm in the heart of your husband, then you must strive from the other side. We should look at Ummina Khadija radiallahu anha. She has given all her wealth to the husband. giving him all the love, all the respect, everything. That was why when Aisha radiallahu anha made mention what we have mentioned earlier, he said, Wallahi, Allah has not exchanged someone better than Hajia radiallahu anha. So we have to, we cannot say since he's the one who will enjoy, that means you know, it's the thing of the man, mind. Both of you will enjoy because Allah says you are their clothing and they are our clothing. So we have to look into that. Allah said, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. Everything is there in the Quran. Allah says they have. Make the Quran easy for you. Can't you contemplate? So when we contemplate on the ayahs there, we work on it, then know how to please our husbands, because if you don't do that, others will do. Because even if your husband's eyes is not there, other women's eyes are on him. So you try as much as possible to help him in order to make your to keep the dignity and sanity of your family, yourself and your children, and the children yet unborn. I think this is what I would say concerning that, because if someone outside not getting married to your husband, your brother, or what, they walk extra miles to find something that they will please someone's husband, then what of you that you are married to the husband? Your one is more justifiable, so let's think that way and make things easy for ourselves and our husbands, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept it from us. Then the next one is the woman do everything, giving everything, but the husband goes somewhere enjoying himself for the other woman, or taking everything that she has, giving it to the other lady. So this one, at the beginning of our lecture, we made mention of trial. So you take it as part of trial. Keep on praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just as I said, because this one is another woman. What if he is taking the money, taking it to your sister, the same mother, the same father? How do you feel it? Maybe he has taken the money, paid your sister's school fees, or something that she needs. And she, my husband, I've been seeing a lot from my phone, this and that. Oh, I have given it to your sister. I say, oh, thank you very much. But because that one is not your sister. The Rasul says we should love ourselves. The love for your brother what you love for yourself. So you take it as trial. Then pray to Allah, because wherever you have taken these keys, it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that will be the judge there, and never say Allah is like, God will punish you this and that to your husband. Because sometimes you do that and Allah will answer and the husband will be in problem and you share the problem, you and your children. So if he cheats, it's his own. Because Allah has set the rules. There are rules and regulations binding on both sides. You know your rules, he knows his rules. If you are going to marriage, know what are you going into. As I said, normally or usually or all the times, majority of people fall in love with personality and living up with the character. That is where the problem is coming in. And look for compatibility with your spouse. When you are compatible, it's okay. You know your spouse is someone that gives a lot. You understand? So maybe you are the stingy type. Or you give a lot, he is the stingy type. You are not compatible then. Because if he gives, you are saying, why are you giving? Or if she gives, he say, why are you giving? So you'll be having problem. When that compatibility is there, then everything will go on smoothly. And remember, as we said, the marriage institution is the field whereby Shaitan used to play his vital roles there, more than any other places. So having that in mind, we should know that there is something or some bits, a being, the Shaitan, following you step by step to see that he has broken that bond. So don't allow Shaitan to do that, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us, Ya alladhina amanu, la tattabi'u khutuwati shaytan innahu lakum aduwwun mubin. Then the fourth one says the husbands, especially she mentioned that the Yoruba husband. It's not only Yoruba husband. Even I'm there because when I was even saying, I didn't say Nigeria, I say West Africa, not even West, North or what. African continent. Men in the African continent. I'm sorry to say, most men are egocentric. African men. So most of the time they put themselves first before any other person. And they feel like a woman must, become subservient to them by all means. And Rasul says the woman should be subservient to her husband within the limit of Sharia. That is why when it comes to faith, goodness, whatever, Allah says they are all equal. Inna al-muslimina wal-muslimat wal-mu'minina wal-mu'minat wal-qanitina wal-qanitat wal-khashina wal-khashiat wal-sa'imina wal-sa'imat wal-sadiqina wal-mutasaddiqat, all till the end. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it depends on your position with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you will have a way out. So abandoning the old one for the new one. Let me just be a bit personal here. Most of the time, no matter how expensive your clothes is, you buy and you are wearing it. Now, maybe the first clothes you bought 50,000, for example. Then you've been wearing it. Then after a month or two, you bought another one that is only 5,000. Your eyes is going to the new one, even though it is not expensive. That is a natural instinct built in human beings. And sometimes, even if you want to do sadaqah now, you brought the cloth from your wardrobe or box. You want to give it out. The moment you brought it, no matter how old the cloth is, it's becoming new in your eyes. This is you have to make an example. So we shouldn't blame our men reclining, going, to what? Because Allah said, even if you want to be justice in the feelings, you cannot do it. But what is apparent, you try as much as possible to do it. Abandoning the first wife, it depends, because I don't want to make a complete judgment. As I said from the beginning, there are reasons for marrying another wife. So maybe the reason perhaps may be the woman is disrespectful. That's why we say when it comes to gift, you give the husband give gift. But some gift differs. It depends. Maybe the other woman is subservient. She cooks very well. She's good on bed. She respects his family. Take care of children. Take care of herself. She's neat. She's not dirty. Definitely, she gives this one 5,000. She will add 1,000 that add perfume to what you are doing. This one is even allowed in Islam. Because even when it comes to farilla, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَنْ تَدَوَّأَ فَهُوَ خَيْرُ اللَّهِ وَاللَّهُ شَاكِرٌ عَلِيمٌ. Allah has given us that this is what we will do. But whosoever that adds on that, then the goodness for that person that did, and Allah is ever thankful. You understand? And the heart leans towards the person that loves and give kindness to the heart. So we have that, because I don't want to make compare. I don't know the reason why the man abandoned the first wife. Sometimes they abandon them, sometimes they divorce them, sometimes they do this. And Allah says, do not leave your one, keep your wife hanging. Perhaps there are no reasons for that. Maybe he feels that he doesn't love her anymore, or he doesn't want to stay with her anymore. That is why even women were given position that if you don't want to stay with the husband, you have a way out. You pay him back what he can marry a woman like you, and then he divorce you, you go away. So both sides, there is Islam has been just to both sides for women and men. So if a man is doing that with not just cause, he should know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask you. So try and rectify and ask for her forgiveness. Try as much as possible to do justice in between them. In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us that marry the orphan girl. And if you fear you cannot, do justice, then succumb to 2 marry women of your choices, 2, 3, or 4. And you cannot do justice, then marry 1. Because there are some men that even 1 they can't keep. Calculus of 2, 3, or 4. Isn't it? So we have to be truthful. We have to be truthful to ourselves. We tell ourselves, because that girl or that woman, whosoever you took as a wife, Allah will ask you. Kullukum ra'in wa kullukum mas'ulun an ra'iyatihi. All of us are shepherds and will be asked about what was given to us. You understand? So the matters of Allah is not something that we should be playing with. Then the next one, she said of dowry, that they paid her dowry. Her dowry was maybe a just small amount of money given, and now the husband is marrying another wife. She has given her much, right? So alhamdulillah, if we see fingers are not equal. And the base of marriage is the one that the dowry is small and the occasion is not that kind, big, bogus, what, no. It's something that within the limit of Sharia, no extravagance, no intimidation, no this, no that, you know. And we see amongst the Sahabiyat, like I think it's Salama. Then the other one sister raised that telling men to marry or marry another wife to your husband. Why not telling the women? Isn't it? That's the question, right? So here, you know, the topic of discussion, we are discussing about contemporary issues within the polygyny cycle. That was why I don't want to go into another thing. I didn't mean that it is marriage lecture. In course, we are doing them, we touch both sides. So I don't want to deviate from the topic, but at least I've been chipping in something that men has to pay attention and the women. So why we are saying this, because the polygamy thing affects the woman, not the man, because it's the man bringing it. So for the woman to accept it in good faith, that is where the problem lies, and that is what we are discussing. So this is a wasiyah of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam at the tail end of his life. So we should pay more attention to it. To the men, we should seek Allah's face in everything we are doing. We shouldn't marry someone because of other things rather than something that is pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I think this is where I will stop. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Well, I've been following on Zoom at home the discussion. There is nothing than for one to say the truth. When we want to live an imaginary life, sadness will be part of that person's life till that one enters grave. The best thing is the way Allah has done His own thing. Why don't we cue in so that we can have permanent happiness? I want to thank the guest speaker, my sister. I appreciate you. May Almighty Allah be there for you. I want to thank all of you that are involved once again. All your contribution. Allah said, "Inna Allah yudi'u ajra al-muhsinin." Allah will not waste the efforts of any good doer. Be rest assured. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
No one can divorce a woman except her husband. Even his father cannot divorce, but he can command him to do. The court can command, unless in a situation whereby a woman, you know, the husband get lost, or he died somewhere, or he has gone for a longer time and they didn't hear about him, then the court has the right to divorce. But if the husband comes and say, "This is my wife," and he will be asked, "What are the reasons that you left her?" If the reasons are valid, then choice will be given to the woman, either to stay with the new husband she married, or she comes back to her former husband. So I think court has the last, the woman has the last say in the court for her to get the divorce, you understand, so that she will have her freedom. If she wants to marry, she marry. If she wants to stay single, but if she wants to stay single, she has to, you know, look into it very well so that she will not put herself into the kind of thing that will tarnish her image or image of her family.